Hello my fellow viewers and subscribers, and this is Supercholatemilkshake, and I am here with the Webleems update video. Okay, so I have a little bit of bad news. I said it would be on the 10th, or might be on the 10th, or something like that. Well, unfortunately, it might have been a good thing if I said might be, because unfortunately, the date has been pushed back. Sorry folks, I feel like I need to get this a little more optimized and a little more done. I also got started on it late, which doesn't help. But, yeah, unfortunately the comic series is going to be pushed back just a little bit. Probably it's going to be in between the, I think the week of the 17th, but I forget. But either way, it's still coming. It's still going to be in March. Hopefully, I'll have it up in between sometime in that. Oh wait, no, the 14th, the week of the 14th, because the 20th is on the 20th is on a Saturday this month, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Sorry for going on a little bit of a tangent here. I'm trying to keep things as short as I possibly can here, and also trying to keep your guys' interest in. So remember, it's going to be in between either the 14th or the 20th. Also, I would like to talk about the characters and a little bit of the concepts and the ideas that I had for this comic, and for the very first comic anyway. Okay, so the very first thing I have to tell you guys is, actually, what I came up with here is a lot more different than what I came up with originally and initially. In fact, when it comes down to it, actually, I spent, like, several years just trying to write the first comic, so, I mean, that's a lot of dedication, too, especially if you spend several years writing the first comic. And then the first comic, it was way different. Actually, it was off the original ideas that I had, where actually Detective Gunn was also paired up with a lawyer that he absolutely hated working with. And, of course, Valerie was a witch named Vex, who also happened to be part cat, which I decided to get rid of, thankfully, because, well, I didn't want another weird character to explain, because I kind of have a hard time explaining Mr. Happy, which, of course, I'll probably get to a little bit later on. Mr. Happy, the impression was, and Supercholatemilkshake, okay? And, of course, I decided to move on to the next one, and then it turns out that the next one is probably going to be, well, actually, the next comic, technically, because I wanted to introduce Valerie right away, but unfortunately, I realized that's going to be introducing one too many characters at once, especially with trying to introduce Dr. Fuzzlepuff, Supercholatemilkshake, Detective Gunn, the Impression Wiz, and then, of course, the roommate to Supercholatemilkshake, Mr. Happy, and I decided to scrap that as well, because to tell you the truth, I kind of wanted to keep it underwhelmed. And then, of course, also I went to Panic in the Park, which didn't have Valerie at all, but then kind of felt like I was rushing the world just a little bit too, and trying to introduce one too many characters with that one as well, and one too many crucial things that were also just happened to be a part of the world. So I decided to nix that as well. So, what I finally decided to go with was something simple, something that introduced at least 4 main characters, the one main villain and 3 of the main good guys, which, of course, by the way, as you guys know, is Supercholatemilkshake, the Impression Wiz, and Detective Gunn. And I mean, I think it's probably better this way. Oh yeah, and then, of course, the main villain, Dr. Fuzzlepuff. I mean, honestly. And, of course, the bad boys do get a soft introduction here, and Fred as well, but they don't really get introduced. They'll probably have a little more time to shine in some later comics, but right now I'm just trying to focus on some of the main characters and some of the more reoccurring characters, so that I can get them out of the way, so that I can start building up the world to Left Wyoming, because there's a whole lot that I have planned for this series, okay? And I mean a whole lot. Not just some overarching story, but like several overarching stories with several different characters. And I hope it's good enough to make sure that you guys get invested into it. Alright, so I guess saying that, hopefully you all guys are ready for Webleems when it drops. I'll have a renounce video for that. Also, be prepared. I may be having a slight rescheduling with some of my videos, but just be prepared, because like I said, I did run into some technical difficulties this month, but hopefully it will be smooth sailing, and we'll continue on with the month of the shake. So anyway, if you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to excuse me, subscribe and comment down below. And I'll see you all in the next video. This is Super Chocolate Milkshake, signing off.